Aaron Boone was getting tossed Tuesday night. Honestly, I think everybody in Yankee Stadium knew it before it even happened. The crowd knew it. The Yes booth definitely knew it. And Boone? He looked like a guy hanging on to his last nerve for basically the entire night. That's the thing about tense Yankees games. The pressure just keeps stacking. One close pitch, crowd gets louder. One replay review, people start booing before they even see the replay. One base runner late, and suddenly the entire stadium sounds stressed out, even though it's May. You could feel it building, inning after inning, Tuesday night. And once the Yankees lost that ABS challenge earlier in the game, yeah, everything got weird after that. Earlier in the game, Anthony Volpe gets thrown out trying to steal. The Yankees challenge it. Call stands. And honestly, that moment mattered way more than people realized at the time. Because once teams lose challenges early under this ABS setup, every borderline call afterward suddenly feels personal. Managers get tighter. Players get irritated faster. The dugout gets louder after every strike call. And the crowd? At this point, I honestly think half the stadium still doesn't fully know what's reviewable anymore. They just know they're furious. That's baseball in 2026 right now. Everybody's adjusting on the fly. Players, managers, umpires, and fans in the bleachers screaming like the season's ending in May. 7th inning. Yankees up 5-3. Dalton Varsho dives in the outfield. Brennan Miller rules catch. And Yankee Stadium absolutely loses its mind. Not regular booing either. This was real angry Bronx energy. The kind where fans already decided the ump blew the call before the replay even hit the screen. And Boone? The second he came flying out of that dugout, everybody knew he was getting run. Didn't matter what he said, didn't matter how long the argument lasted. He was gone. Pointing, yelling, face completely red. And honestly, I'm surprised Boone lasted that long before getting tossed. Because this wasn't really about one catch. This felt like 3 straight weeks of Yankees frustration exploding at once. The bullpen feels shaky. Every close game feels exhausting. And lately, every late inning feels like the fan base is waiting for disaster, before disaster even happens. At this point, Yankees fans probably trust New York subway timing more than a 2-run lead. Watching this team lately is stressful even when they win. Honestly, every close Yankees game lately feels like a blood pressure test. The part that made this so perfectly Yankees. Now, here's where baseball becomes completely ridiculous. The umpire was Brennan Miller. Yeah, the same Brennan Miller from the legendary Savages in the Box meltdown back in 2019. Same manager, same umpire, same chaos. Baseball is such a dumb sport sometimes, man. And the second Yankees fans realized it was Miller again, oh my God. Twitter turned into absolute warfare because Yankees fans never forget this stuff, especially umpire grudges. Honestly, some people in that fan base are probably still angry about calls from the Joe Torre years. That's just baseball fan behavior. Nobody holds sports grudges quite like Yankees fans. Here's what MLB probably didn't expect. They brought in ABS thinking it would calm everybody down. Yeah, that lasted about 5 minutes. Managers still scream at umpires. Fans still lose their minds. Players still think they're getting squeezed. Now everybody's just yelling about different stuff. Challenge strategy, replay timing, what's reviewable, whether managers challenged too early, whether they waited too long. The chaos never left baseball. It just changed outfits. And honestly, that's probably a good thing. Because baseball, without tension, without angry crowds, without managers getting tossed, wouldn't even feel like baseball anymore. People say they want perfect baseball. They really don't. At least, not emotionally. Honestly, half the fun of baseball is everybody being mad about something for 3 straight hours. The Aaron Judge moment that said everything. Honestly, my favorite moment from the entire game wasn't even Boone getting ejected. It was Aaron Judge earlier in the night against Dylan Cease. Full count. Slider gets called strike 3. Judge immediately taps the helmet for ABS review, then casually starts walking toward first before the review even comes back. That's superstar confidence right there. Didn't argue, didn't panic, didn't even hesitate. Just, yeah, that missed. And he was right. Ball 4. And honestly, that was the moment where I kind of went, yeah, baseball's changing. Because Judge trusted the technology more than the umpire. And old school baseball people probably hate that. You already know there were dudes watching that at home going, see, this is what's wrong with baseball now. And look, if the Yankees were dominating right now, maybe Boone reacts differently. But this team has looked emotionally exhausted for weeks. Before this series, they were 3-10 in one-run games. And every Yankees fan watching knows exactly how those games have felt too. Bullpen comes in, crowd gets nervous. One guy reaches base, everybody tightens up. One full count late, and suddenly the TV broadcast itself feels stressful. You can literally hear the anxiety in the crowd noise sometimes. That stuff wears on managers too. And honestly, Boone doesn't even look hot-headed anymore. He looks drained. There's a difference. Managing the Yankees when things start going bad honestly looks miserable. New York will absolutely chew people up when things go sideways. The part of abs that's driving people crazy. And here's the thing that would drive me insane as a manager. MLB says the ABS system still has roughly a 1/6 inch margin of error, which sounds tiny, until games start swinging on pitches that close. So now teams are burning valuable challenges over calls where even the technology itself isn't perfectly definitive. That's why this whole adjustment period still feels awkward around baseball. Because baseball's weird, man. Rhythm matters in this sport. Momentum matters. Emotion matters. And once teams stop trusting the flow of a game, everything starts feeling tense. Especially in Yankee Stadium, where fans boo basically out of instinct at this point. Honestly, half the crowd probably had no clue what the review was even for during some of these moments. They just knew they were angry. And somehow, after all that chaos, the Yankees still won the game. Honestly, that almost feels impossible after how insane those late innings got. Duvall slams the door. McMahon crushes the 3-run shot. Final score, 5-4 Yankees. But let's be real. Nobody's remembering the box score from this game 6 months from now. People are going to remember Boone screaming at Brennan Miller again. They're going to remember Yankee Stadium losing its mind. And they're going to remember how weird this whole ABS transition still feels around baseball. Because right now, MLB kind of feels caught between 2 different versions of itself. Old school baseball chaos and computer precision. And honestly, I still don't think anybody fully knows what the right balance between those 2 things is supposed to look like yet. So now I want to hear from Yankees fans. Was Boone defending his team? Or does he need to stop getting himself tossed in these spots? And bigger question, do you actually like the ABS challenge system so far? Or does this whole thing still feel weird to you too? Drop it below. And please, for everybody's blood pressure,
keep Yankees Twitter calm for at least like 5 minutes.